Welcome to this unit prepared for students studying international marketing at Conestoga College. For the 11 weeks, you will participate in Doing Business Across National Cultures, a series of lessons and quizzes. This series is designed to give students a better understanding of how business people in different countries think, feel and act differently than Canadian business people. These lessons are designed to be completed outside class, with deadlines for completion of quizzes clearly described in the instructional plan and course schedule. 10 of the weekly units conclude with a graded quiz. Each of the quizzes is worth 1% of your grade in the course. In total, the quizzes are worth 10% of your grade in the course, so it is important that you complete the quizzes each week to maintain a strong grade. Understanding different cultures is important because as international marketers for a firm based in Canada, you will do business with people from many different countries and cultures. As an international marketer, your job is different than the job of your colleagues who are responsible for sales and marketing in the Canadian market. You will not usually be responsible for the day-to-day sales and marketing of products within each country. There are marketing and sales professionals already in the country who handle those important tasks. As an international marketer, you will sell your products and brands through agents, distributors or professionals at subsidiary companies. You must build close personal relationships with those partners, and that is why understanding how your contacts in different countries think, feel and act is so important. Your role as an international marketer can be quite complex. Participating in international trade fairs, researching and appointing distributors and agents in countries, negotiating contract terms, including prices and sales targets, managing the launch of products in multiple country markets, developing forecasts to guide production and investments, evaluating the performance of partners in country markets, and taking corrective action to maximize profitable sales. For more than a century, anthropologists have studied societies and cultures and their development. Edward T. Hall is considered one of the founding fathers of intercultural communication as an area of study. Dr. Hall worked with the U.S. State Department to help ambassadors and other government officials better understand the cultures where they would be working. An important part of Dr. Hall's research has to do with what he referred to as high-context and low-context cultures. In low-context cultures, people tend to be explicit in their communications. Northern Europeans, Americans and Canadians tend to say what they mean, regardless of where they are or the status of the person we are speaking to. In the high-context Asian and Arab cultures, people change their communication style based on the situation and the people who are present. In those high-context cultures, people are less likely to disagree openly, and an employee will communicate very differently with their boss than with their subordinates. In the high-context cultures of Asia and the Middle East, it is very important to establish strong relationships with business partners. Trust is earned over time. In low-context cultures of Europe and North America, relationships and trust are considered less important. Agreeing on contract terms and delivering according to the contract are most important. You are going to see a short video in which Deborah Rinner of Tarot Trainers explains this important concept. The other academic, whose work we will study in much greater detail, is the Dutch anthropologist and social psychologist Geert Hofstede. Dr. Hofstede's important work was done after Dr. Hall's early work on culture. Dr. Hofstede, assisted by others, identified 6 basic issues that any society needs to come to terms with in order to organize itself. Other researchers have built on the work of Geert Hofstede to develop profiles of how most of the countries in the world are organized in relation to the 6 dimensions. In this course, we will study the 6 basic dimensions, and then apply them to better understand people in different societies. It is important to note that researchers have seen that the dimensions do not change a great deal over time. Even with rising industrialization and education in countries such as China, India or Saudi Arabia, the 6 dimensions remain fairly constant. As international marketers, this will give us some insights into consumer behavior in different markets. Even more importantly, though, it will help us understand the thinking, emotional reactions and behaviors of our business partners and competitors in those markets. That understanding will help us build stronger relationships, make better deals and maximize profitable sales for our companies. To complete this cultural unit, you should listen to the videos. The first video has been prepared by tarot trainers, and briefly describes Dr. Edward T. Hall's work on high-context and low-context cultures. The second video is an introduction to Dr. Geert Hofstede's cultural dimensions theory, presented by Dr. Hofstede himself. Geert Hofstede passed away in February 2020, so we are fortunate that he prepared a short series of videos describing his work a few years before his death.